a woman's notes app is just a crazy place to be. I have some time before I have to get out of the car, so why don't we just like have a little conversation? I recently made this notes folder called Thought Daughter. I don't want to expose myself. I don't know if there's anything in there I don't want you to see. But basically, you know, as a woman, like a woman's notes app is just a crazy place to be because everything's in there. Our shopping list, our deepest, darkest secret, like you name it, it's in here. So why don't I just read some of these? Let's get a little deep and intimate and vulnerable. So let's see, the first one. I'm so used to people misreading my intentions that when people recognize my internal beauty, it hits me like a shock that I'm being interpreted in such a positive light. Wow. So this thought honestly came to me when I realized that people are like seeing me as a good person and they're seeing me for the intentions that I've put forward. And after experiencing so many situations where people didn't see my like kind or intent to like help them or my intention to, you know, work around somebody, they don't see that, and instead they just see, I don't know, my faults or how I didn't show up the way that they wanted me to show up. That's the biggest thing. It's just so healing to have somebody tell you that they see you, and that not even that they see you, but just they understand and they view how intentional you are and that you're doing things for others. It's like your hard work is being recognized. So because of this also, I find that sometimes I go like in and out of phases of knowing my worth and knowing who I am in this moment, because obviously we live with all of the past versions of ourselves. Like you can like kill the old you, but I feel like you still live with that girl, that inner child. You still live with the memories. You still live with that past version of yourself. So it's like realizing that you're not that version of yourself anymore and really acknowledging who you have become, because in the season of change, you kind of lose track sometimes. You don't realize who you are now and how different that is from who you used to be. And also just realizing how others perceive you differently than how they did in the past. So it's just like knowing your worth, knowing your aura, you know? Sorry. Okay, the next one. Ooh, wow, why do I cook in here? As someone who was always good at everything growing up, becoming someone who struggles or is less than average in certain domains has been a very humbling experience. Now, what I mean by this is in my childhood, I feel like I was seen as like that perfect kid. In school, I was like a straight A student. I got all excellence on my like self-regulation, independence, all that stuff. And just all around, like, I wouldn't say it's just because I'm a people pleaser. I'm the eldest daughter, you know, and I just never wanted to get in trouble. So I was just seen as perfect because I was just doing what everybody wanted me to do. But then growing up into like my teen years, when I started to struggle with school, struggle with the things I was dealing with at home, I just started to feel my worth kind of decline, and like a dissonance, cognitive dissonance is what I was experiencing, because all my life I've been at this high standard and now I'm feeling below average in multiple different parts of my life. And it's like, how do you understand your identity if you're no longer aligning with that perfectionism or with that people pleasing, or just, you know, with your own abilities, like my cognitive abilities? I felt like I got kind of dumb, not intentionally. Like I still put my 100% effort into school, for example, but the result was just not coming back to me the way that it had in the past. So it's just about relearning and using that humbling experience to relearn and to not allow everything to become your identity. You know what I mean? Don't let your flaws, I don't want to say flaws, I feel like that's not the right word. Just don't let like your insecurities or your performance, don't let your performance define you, because it's all about your intention. Again, at the end of the day, everything's about your intention. And if you're showing up and you're putting in the work and you're just trying, like even a little tiny bit of effort compared to no effort, that is intentional and that is purposeful. So yeah, I guess we have a theme here of just intention and purpose. I think we'll leave that there for now, but if you guys want more thought daughter perspectives, just let me know. That was my little yap sesh. Anyways, I'll see you later.